So in today's video we're going to have a look at the Christopher Ward C65 Trident Diver, a short overview of the company, the unboxing experience, and a few observations that I made about the watch. The company was founded in 2004 between friends and horology enthusiasts Peter Ellis, Mike Franz, and Christopher Ward. Like many of us, the trio was, and I quote, aghast at the cost of premium watches that were being priced at up 10 times the cost of production. So they took matters into their own hands with the sole aim of making premium watches accessible to more people. They became the first online-only premium watch retailer and completely cut out the middlemen and expensive marketing hype by offering a direct-to-customer business model, meaning that Christopher Ward watches can only be bought from Christopher Ward's website. That being said, they do have a small showroom in Maidenhead, which I hope to visit soon. Another aspect that sets the company apart from others is their 60/60 guarantee. A customer can return a purchase within 60 days, and the movement is guaranteed for 60 months. It first appeared on my radar about 2 years ago when I was after a smaller diameter dive watch. The C60 Trident Pro 38mm falls into that category. But it wasn't until I laid eyes on the C65 Trident Diver that I really understood the appeal of Christopher Ward. The unboxing experience is completely unique. The packaging is tailor-made for the watch box. There's no bubble wrap or additional protection in sight. Everything feels very well thought out. Once the watch box is revealed, you are greeted with this relatively unfamiliar form factor, with wood showing on one side and vinyl on the other. For some reason, this feels to me like a high-end minimalist piece of furniture. Once you start sliding the two pieces apart, you start feeling a bit of resistance. This is because the wooden frame has magnets which keep the two components firmly together. And that is here. The minimalist theme continues. Whilst with other watches you receive what feels like an encyclopedia-sized book, here we have very discreet layering of all the documentation provided. First, the 60/60 guarantee, personalized for the buyer. Then an instructional manual for the watch that you actually bought, the C65 Trident Diver, with only a few pages and a very unusual form factor. A nice microfiber cloth, very well packaged. And then the watch reveals itself. Originally I ordered the watch on a leather strap, which in itself is very nice, but the Trident Diver comes alive when on a bracelet. The moral of the story is, always go for the bracelet if you can. The C65 nomenclature stands for circa 1965, so this watch emulates the style of a mid-60s timepiece. In terms of dimensions, we have a diameter of 41mm, a thickness of 11.55mm, and a lug-to-lug of 47.1mm. The bracelet width is 22mm, tapering to 18, and the whole affair is powered by a Sellita SW210 movement with a power reserve of 42 hours. To my eyes, the finishing of this watch is impeccable. However, the selling points for me were the shape of the case and the bracelet. The shape of the case is incredibly complex and attractive. It features something that Christopher Ward called the light catcher, a brilliant name for a brilliant feature, I think. This means that the side of the case has 3 different surfaces. The top and the bottom are polished and the middle brushed, which acts as a continuation for the bracelet and contributes to the seamless integration of the bracelet into the watch head. The intricate shape of the case combined with the profile of the unidirectional bezel and the box sapphire crystal, all within an overall thickness of 11.55mm, result in an overall effect that has to be experienced in person in order to be understood. The watch face has a similar attention to detail bestowed upon it. The vintage feel is continued with old radium superluminova on the indexes and hands. The printing to my eyes is faultless. The dial is balanced by the enlarged 12 and 6 Arabic numerals. The twin flag motif is embossed just below the 12. It's not very easy to capture on camera. And the brand name is positioned at the 9 o'clock position with the 3 o'clock marker being enlarged and balancing the brand name. The obligatory water resistance capabilities are also printed above the 6 o'clock. In this case, it's 150 meters, which is not the best, but for this style of watch, I think is sufficient. Another example of fantastic attention to detail are the markers between the minutes. They mark each beat of the second's hand. This movement operates at 4 hertz, meaning that the second hands moves 4 times per second, and that is marked between the minute markers. So, yep. The box sapphire crystal also gives a light hue of blue and distortion to the edge of the dial, which kind of adds another dimension to it. The second aspect of this watch which attracted me is the bracelet. It offers a 4mm taper from 22mm to 18. It is fully brushed and offers a very understated look. And to top it all off, it features toolless micro adjustment, so no little holes on the side of the clasp. However, the adjustment is done without any additional tools, so you can slide it in and out. This is a feature which, once experienced, you can really not go without it, and it greatly enhances the wearability and the comfort of the watch. The clasp itself is a push-button deployment without a security foldover, which again further contributes to the understated look of the watch. And the twin flag motif again is lasered into the clasp. To sum up, I think the C65 Trident Diver is an example that the goals set by the 3 founders in 2004 are still alive in the company, because this watch offers incredible value for money. It's also a watch which needs to be worn, experienced, and discovered in order to be fully appreciated. The attention to detail is astonishing, and its dimension mean that even though it offers a good wrist presence, it also manages to not make its presence felt when not needed. It will definitely remain permanently in my collection, and it will probably be joined by its smaller brother, the C65 Sandhurst from the military collection. Christopher Ward also offer a number of sale events throughout the year and multiple discount codes, so there's even more incentive to get one. I would definitely recommend to at least try one of their watches, especially from the vintage diver collection or military collection. Those are my 2 favorite styles, I think. And if you decide that you don't like it, their 60 days return policy is one that works in your favor. So there's really no excuse to not experience this watch. So yeah, I will definitely keep this one for a long time. Thank you for watching.